Hi friends, Mindy here. I just thought I would do a flip through of my finished junk journal or traveler's notebook from the This I Know kit from Bythewell4God. This was the January kit, and this is the devotional. What it looks like, I have more information about that on my channel, but I just thought I'd take you through today and show you what it looks like now that it's finished. It's obviously very chunky, so I had to tie a little ribbon around it to keep it closed for now, but that's okay. That will relax some eventually. We just untie this. So what I did with this traveler's notebook is I took one of the Bythewell4God traveler's notebooks and I disassembled it. I took the staples out. I took some of the paper out, just a few sheets, and then I added some of the other papers back in like this. Some of the papers that you can get that coordinate with the kit. There's a video on my channel of how I did that. And then I just used a stitch along the binding, and then I included the two little buttons that come in the kit here on these little pieces that are hanging down. So we'll just jump in. This is the front page. I haven't done anything yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I think I might just leave it like that. Anyway, this is day one, and this little flip out part. So I have the scriptures from the devotional here, and I have in this pocket, I have tucked a little prayer. It's day one. Day two was titled, I am nothing, yet I am everything. And I have some notes here about just value and different things that when I was doing the devotional, just some notes that came up in some research that I was doing. And then on this back side, I have a journaling card and a pocket that has a prayer in it. And then this is the verse that was mentioned, one of them in the devotional. Day three was called The Moon is Always Round, and I went ahead and I put a quote using the alpha stickers here. And then in each one of these little clipboards on this paper, I wrote things that I was thankful for from the year 2020. It wasn't all bad. That was part of the information on that day. So I just wrote something in each one of the little clipboards. And then back here I have a tag that's tucked away with Psalm 27, which is one of my favorite verses. So I just have that kind of tucked into this little flap over here, and then another verse. Day four is called Look for His Glory. Let's see. Yeah. I have, I don't know if you can tell, this was done with texture paste and paint, and so this page is very, very thick. So when I created this pocket, I put it up on foam, if you can see, foam to make the pocket. So these cards that have the verses and a prayer in here, they just slide in here because they're lifted up off of that page from the foam, but just to keep them from sliding out, I have this little bow clip right there. And then another verse here. There's a lot of scripture on this day that I wanted to include, so I just created a pocket for it. Day five, one of the things that was mentioned in the devotional was to make a list of things. It's called Weary of Trusting. And to make a list of things to kind of encourage yourself. And so things that you know to be true about the Lord. So I just used this little clipboard stamp, and I stamped and I just wrote some things that I wanted to remember. And then I have a verse here, and then along the side here I created a pocket, and it has a prayer on this tag that's tucked in there. I have lots of little pockets and things this time. This day six is called Don't Waste This, and this was a day where I really got a lot out of this particular day, and so I have a lot of notes. And so back here I have on a tag, I have a prayer, and then I have some scriptures from the devotional here. And then on this day made me think of that song by Laura Story called Blessings, and so I just went and wrote out all the lyrics to that and included them here on this flap. And then I put a little, this is half of a glassine envelope, the other side is further back. I just made this little folder, and I included some notes in there from the devotional. or just takeaways really from it, things that I wanted to remember, and I wrote note to self because those are just things I need to keep in mind. And this kind of wants to slide out of here, so I have another little bow clip on there. And then this is day 7. I have the scriptures here on these cards, another one tucked in here, and then this little envelope is holding a prayer, and I just it keeps closed with this little, I only have this like half glued down, so it keeps that closed. That's day 7. This is day 8. It's called This Is War, and I have a little pocket over here that has my journaling cards with the scriptures on them that I wrote out. And then over here, I used the stamp set that's called Prayer Pocket from Bythewell4God. And I made this little pocket, and then it's got these little prayer lists that you can include. And so I just wrote some prayers on there and tucked that in here. The next day, day 9, is called As Our Drama Unfolds. I have another little pocket here, and again, some scripture tucked in here, and then a quote that I wanted to remember from the devotional. Day 10, I created this I stamped this on other cardstock, and then I just watercolored it with the watercolor dot card that comes in the kit, and then I took an X-Acto knife and cut out the doors so that they would open. And then I just put, in him we can find hope. And that just tucks like that. And the scriptures from the devotional are tucked in this little pocket over here. And there's a verse written here, just on a journaling card as well. And then this actually is it all goes to day 11. I have the title, it's kind of here, I don't know if you really can see it, it's on one of those vellum stickers. So this part is actually with day 11, which is called We Need Each Other. So I have a little pocket I created down here with the journaling cards with the scriptures, and then another scripture, and then another, this is the back side of that glassine envelope, and I created another folder, and I just wrote a prayer there. And again, I'm just keeping that all together with that little clip. And I think I have a process video on that. This is day 12. And again, just lots of pockets. This is a quote that I wanted to remember from the devotional. And then the scriptures I have on 2 different journaling cards here. And they're just tucked into this little pocket. This was called Tell Yourself the Truth. Sometimes it's really easy to lie to ourselves, so that was a day I got a lot of that out of that day also. And this is day 13. This is Defined by Grace is the name of that day. And this day, what I did is I took a stencil that I had, and I used some light modeling paste through it, and then I have these little glass beads, and so as it was, after I put the stencil, the texture paste through there, I just poured on the glass beads, and I let it sit and let it dry, and then I watercolored around the outside. I did have to come back through and put some matte medium over the top just to keep these little guys stuck or down, because I was getting little beads everywhere, but that's what makes this, I don't know if you can really, the texture on there. And then a little pocket scripture. And this is day 14. I have a little envelope that I created with the verse, and another pocket with another verse here. This was Can I Use Your Voice? And I put a quote from that I wanted to remember. And then back here, I have a page that I'm just going to put a prayer as I'm wrapping all of this up. Sorry, I got interrupted there. Anyway, this is day 14, and then I'm just going to put a prayer back here, the things that I learned from this kit and some thoughts and stuff that I have. And that is the end of it. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and until next time, bye-bye.